ABC7 Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
A storm known as Fiona caused extensive damage as it roared along Canada's Atlantic coast. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. Also, an inmate at the Penobscot County Jail passed away early Sunday morning. Coming up, we'll tell you what we know so far. And an Uber driver in Bangor accused of sexually assaulting an intoxicated rider has had his bond set. That story's coming up along with the rest of our stories. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Happy Monday, Devin.
Hey Susan, happy Monday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Lou G and Fredericks, across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. We had a small crowd advisory in effect until 10 a.m. this morning. Things are starting to calm down as the winds ease up. So that is good news to report in our neck of the woods. So the wave heights will start to back off. We've had a few showers trying to move in again this morning. Even more heavier downpours that have been developing. We'll keep that going for most of the morning period. But as we get this last little bit out of here, things will begin to ease up. You might have noticed a few rumbles of thunder if you live close toward the coastline, with a few thunderstorms that develop as well. We'll zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. We have an area of low pressure that's tracking from the southwest going toward the north and east. But again, later this afternoon, things will begin to clear up under a partly cloudy sky as a lot of these showers begin to get out of here. However, more showers possible in a few areas later on tonight before we have more clouds on the way as we head towards your Tuesday as well. As for the winds, maybe sustained out in the southwest at about 10 miles per hour, higher gusts up to 20 miles per hour cannot be ruled out later on. Your forecast for today, lower 70s, some morning showers getting out of here now, then becoming partly cloudy, south wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, already decreasing clouds and temperatures getting close to 70 degrees. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. The storm known as Fiona caused extensive damage as it roared along Canada's Atlantic coast. Video from the Canadian television network shows Fiona's path of destruction. It swept houses away, ripping off roofs and knocking down power lines. Much of the country's eastern provinces lost electricity. The military has been sent to assist with the recovery. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says the government will be supporting all of those who were affected.
2 or 3 trees fell on the house. And then about an hour later, we had 3 more trees fall on the house.
The Canadian Hurricane Center tweeted that Fiona had the lowest pressure ever recorded for a storm that made landfall in Canada. Forecasters had warned that it could be one of the most powerful storms ever to hit the country. Penobscot County Jail passed away early Sunday morning. According to the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office, a correctional officer found the inmate experiencing a life-threatening situation during a routine rounds check. The correctional staff, medical personnel, and Bangor EMS provided life-saving measures, but their efforts were unsuccessful. The incident was not the result of any altercation with other inmates or staff. The Bangor Police Department and Penobscot County Law Enforcement Division have an active investigation pending. The name of the inmate is expected to be released later today. On Saturday, the Lincoln Police Department arrested a man for an alleged domestic disturbance. After their initial investigation, Lincoln PD arrested Matthew Fitzgerald for domestic violence assault. He was taken to the Penobscot County Jail, where he is currently being held. On Friday, the Lincoln Police Department was dispatched to a previous unrelated domestic disturbance. Lincoln PD and the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office arrested James Allen on a variety of charges, including domestic violence assault, obstructing report of a crime, criminal mischief, operating under suspension, and probation violation. Allen was taken to the Penobscot County Jail. An Uber driver accused of sexually assaulting an intoxicated rider has had his bond set at $15,000 cash. 28-year-old Joseph Graston is charged with gross sexual assault and unlawful sexual contact. The incident reportedly happened on June 10th when a woman ordered an Uber after leaving Half Acre nightclub. An unnamed rider reportedly noticed hickeys on her neck and suffered back pain the following morning. Charges were filed against Graston after a sexual assault kit was performed at St. Joseph's Hospital.
Mr. Graston did agree to a DNA swab, and upon testing, it was discovered that there were at least 3 loci belonging to Mr. Graston on the victim's cervix, neck, and genital area.
Graston is expected back in court December 20th. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, in celebration of National Lobster Day, a restaurant in Southwest Harbor decided to give back. We'll take a look when we return.
When it looks the part, but isn't the real thing, that's fool's golden. Jared Golden promised he'd be an independent fighter against Biden's spending, but then cast a deciding vote for Biden's newest spending bill that experts say will hike taxes $1 billion on those making under $50,000. Golden may think we're fools, but his recent vote shows Mainers what he's really made of. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Here's this week's featured deal.
At Firehouse Subs, we give you craveable subs that are piping hot and piled high. And a portion of every purchase helps give them the life-saving equipment they need. Order online or on the app for contactless pickup or delivery. Only at Firehouse Subs.
On sale Thursday at 9 a.m. A limited supply available half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Winning car accident cases is what we do.
I needed foot surgery, and they got me $215,000. What did the twos do for you?
Lowry and Associates got me $450,000.
We win for you.
22. Feel the difference of alpaca apparel from the Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store in Belfast. Stop by their ranch location to interact with these amazing animals and enjoy the beautiful Maine outdoors with your very own alpaca walk. Shop in-store or online today and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. With their incredible selection of socks, sweaters, hats, and more, experience the unique qualities that alpaca fiber brings with the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
The law.
I've been a judge for 40 years. Don't waste my time.
If you break it,
you didn't pay rent.
You'll pay for it.
It's my show. Nobody cares whether you have a personality or not.
Weeknights at 5 on ABC 7.
Why do thousands of customers take the drive to Newport for all their shoes? Because Comfort Shoes & More has the styles you want, and they also have trained podorthists on staff to help you with all your footwear and arch support issues. We provide free foot evaluations by people who care about fitting you with the most comfortable shoes you will ever own. We have shoes in stock up to 6C and size 17, from safety shoes and boots, running, walking, casual or dress. We have it all at Comfort Shoes & More, 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport, across from Irving.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Central Maine Power is sending crews north to help with power restoration. CMP has sent 16 two-man crews to Nova Scotia to help with the aftermath of Hurricane Fiona. The request for help was made by North Atlantic Mutual Aid Group. Adam Rogers, CMP Vice President of Electrical Operations, assures his team is up for the task at hand and his only concern is securing lodging for the entire stay.
This is what they do. I mean, they're used to working in the elements. They're used to working storms, doing restoration. They get excited about these opportunities to be able to go and offer the assistance to Nova Scotia and do what they do best, go and restore power. And that's what these guys get excited about, and it makes me proud to support them.
Work abroad should be completed in about 2 weeks. In celebration of National Lobster Day, a restaurant in Southwest Harbor decided to give back. Devin Dagnall has the story.
National Lobster Day has been celebrated throughout the country since 2014. But with the recent red listing of Maine lobster, Beal's Lobster Pier saw it as the perfect opportunity to give back to those that make the day possible.
For National Lobster Day, Beal's offered a 20% discount on anything in the restaurant to any lobsterman with a commercial lobster license. Beal's staff all wore red, a growing symbol for solidarity with Maine's lobstermen, and encouraged their patrons to do the same so they could receive a discount on their meal.
We're also donating a portion of today's profits to the Maine Lobstermen's Association, which is one of the largest organizations in the state that protect and work with the lobstermen all across different ways.
Justin Snyder, Beal's Lobster Pier's dock manager, says that the restaurant is no stranger to working with Maine lobstermen.
Beal's Lobster Pier has been in the lobster industry on Mount Desert Island for nearly 100 years. This is our 90th anniversary this year. So we've always been supporting our lobstermen, the lobster industry, and everything that goes around with that.
Snyder claims that Maine's lobster industry is one of the most sustainable in the world, and he isn't too worried about the red listing for now.
Certainly the red listing of lobster that we've seen in the news is, a burden and a hit to the industry. But, it's just another reason for all of us to work together as an industry, as a state, and as a local community to support the lobster industry altogether.
In Southwest Harbor, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
An aerospace company based in Brunswick has made national news after they tested out their new Marvel rocket engine Thursday. Blue Shift Aerospace says the engine is powered by a non-toxic carbon-neutral biofuel. According to the Associated Press, Thursday's test is the first in a string of tests expected to be performed in the coming months. The company is aiming to eventually build a small rocket that can launch a small payload into low Earth orbit. Many of Ellsworth's businesses are showing support for one of Maine's largest industries. Devin Dagnall has the story.
Every year, the city of Ellsworth holds Autumn Gold Weekend. The weekend is a chance to promote many of the businesses in the city and to remind everyone to buy local. Autumn Gold kicks off with a themed decoration contest for all the businesses to participate in.
This year's theme was nautical, and many of the contest participants saw it as an opportunity to show support for their local fishermen.
After Maine Lobster was red listed by the Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch, many Ellsworth locals began to worry about how that would affect the seacoast fishing community. In conjunction with Autumn Gold, many of the business owners began to show support by decorating their businesses with buoys, lobster traps, and fishermen. Businesses like Eyes PA, where Lori Tracy says many of the patients she works with are fishermen.
We do have a lot of patients that are lobstermen, so that kind of hits home with us too, because if they're doing well, we're doing well.
Eyes PA finished in the top 3 in the Autumn Gold storefront display category. Kyle McKim, Vice President and Regional Manager at First National Bank, which was the winner of the storefront display category, says that him and his team at First National put so much work into their display because they want to show how much they care.
I just think that the important part is that everybody in our fishing community knows that their community, their bank, all their friends and family are behind them and here for them as they sort of navigate the uncharted waters they're in, I guess.
Barbara Corshane, owner of Bud Connection, won the window display category and says it was inspired by her family that has a long line of fishermen.
We're at least a 5, 6, maybe 6 generation family of lobstermen. My dad, his son, and his son, my son, are all lobster fishermen. So I really just wanted to support the fact that we are a lobster family. We are from this area, like hundreds of other families, thousands of families that fish up and down the coast. It's really important to continue to keep the awareness out there of what's actually happening.
In Ellsworth, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
Now with Monday's business news, here's Leo Jonathan.
The Wall Street Journal reports that land use restrictions and lack of infrastructure is limiting the amount of land for building homes in the U.S. In the Sun Belt, the price of vacant land has more than doubled in 2 years. General Motors will spend $700 million to overhaul a transmission factory in Toledo to build parts for electric vehicles. That switch should be completed by 2024. The Wall Street Journal reports that brands like Gucci and Burberry are entering into the second-hand market, offering to buy back items and then resell them. And Amazon is launching Prime Early Access on October 11th and 12th. The company promises deals on hundreds of thousands of items as a kickoff to the holiday shopping season. I'm Leo Jonathan with Monday's Business on ABC7.
The University of Maine Orono is making some changes this semester. A.J. Douglas has the story.
The University of Maine in Orono has decided to shut down a dining and residence hall due to low enrollment this fall semester. Executive Director Dick Young says this was expected.
That's something that's a national trend that's going on out there, so we're kind of experiencing what a lot of large state institutions are experiencing right now.
One freshman student says the changes currently affect her class schedule.
I do have to miss breakfast because all of my classes are on the opposite side of where all the actual open dining halls are.
Young says the university is working to increase staffing to pre-pandemic levels, but in the meantime, the 2 remaining dining halls will have slightly extended hours to address potential overflow.
And our mission here is to make sure the students have a good experience here, and we listened to the students, we made some adjustments.
Kirsten says she hopes staffing improves so the campus dining hall she used to rely on can reopen in the future.
I saw that they were closed at least for this semester, so I'm hoping next semester they'll be able to open so that my friends and I can get breakfast there after our 8 a.m.s.
Young says it's unclear if the free community college program played a role in the reduced student enrollment this semester. In Orono, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Coming up, the Bangor Area Recovery Network partnered with several agencies to host their first ever recovery celebration over the weekend. We'll have the highlights when we return. We'll be right back.
Hey Bangor residents, the City of Bangor is offering up to $2,000 in grants for income-eligible single-family homeowners if you install a new Fujitsu heat pump in your home. And Valley Home Services is an authorized Fujitsu installer. Up to $2,000. Combine that grant with rebates from Efficiency Maine, and you could have a new Fujitsu heat pump installed by Valley Home Services at little to no cost. Don't miss this incredible offer, Bangor. Call Valley Home Services today to see if you qualify.
We're no football players, but we do know a lot about Medicare.
So why call some out-of-state 800 number
when help is right here at home?
Listen to what these people have to say.
My insurance kept going up and up and up and up.
I could never have navigated through the loopholes.
Gave me all my options and signed me up with what I needed within an hour.
Senior Planning Center was a lifesaver for us.
Oh, by the way,
we represent most Medicare health plans.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Winning car accident cases is what we do. Check out a few of our big wins.
I injured my torso, and they got me $195,000. What did the twos do for you?
I needed foot surgery, and they got me $215,000. What did the twos do for you?
I broke multiple bones, and Lowry & Associates got me $450,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
Find meaningful work in direct care, like Justin, who works with people who are brain injured in a residential care facility.
Make sure you're compatible, because if you're going to be a DSP, you want to do it because you want to and enjoy it, not for a job. The right personality and character traits, in my opinion, to be a DSP is kind, caring, outgoing, and understanding.
Visit caringforme.org to learn more and make an impact through a compassionate career.
Don't believe the lies from Washington's special interests. Jared Golden's a different type of Democrat.
I respect that Jared served in the Marines.
Jared's a friend of law enforcement, and we definitely can trust him to keep our communities and families safe.
Jared is standing strongly against defunding the police.
This endorsement was not a given. Congressman Golden's earned it.
Mr. Golden will definitely fight for us and be in our corner and have our backs, absolutely.
I'm Jared Golden, and I'm honored to approve this message.
St. Joseph's Hospital in Bangor hosted its 4th annual Commit to Get Fit. The day was comprised of 4 separate events, a 5 and 10K run, a 5K walk, and a kids' fun run. All of the proceeds raised will fund St. Joseph's Sexual Assault Forensics Examiner, or SAFE program.
It's a team of trained nurses that specifically help those that are victims of sexual and domestic abuse. And without events like this, they would have a difficult time for funding. So it's really important to them.
Elizabeth Neiman and her 2 children made the event a family affair, and all participated. Neiman says she started running for her own personal health, but she was excited to run for the 5K for a good cause.
Knowing that this money is going towards, such a good cause for, helping victims of rape and assault, and that's really significant.
According to Brad Coffey, Foundation president, the Commit to Get Fit was organized with the help of over 120 volunteers. Coffey also says the day had over 500 participants who raised over $151,000. The Bangor Area Recovery Network partnered with several agencies to host their first ever recovery celebration. The event included free food, live music, and a community committed to breaking the cycle of addiction. AJ Douglas has more.
We believe that it is not shameful, that it should not be guilt-ridden. Addiction is in every family.
Saturday, hundreds of people came together to celebrate recovery efforts. Featured speakers talked about the importance of acknowledging those in recovery.
Breaks down the stigma. It shows folks in our community that recovery is possible.
Several recovery resource organizations provided information to those seeking additional support. Executive Director for the Bangor Area Recovery Network, Robert Fickett says the event not only celebrates individuals in recovery, but those looking to end their battle with addiction as well.
Possibly, this is their chance or the catalyst for them entering into recovery.
Speakers shared their personal stories of addiction. One Hamden woman says recovery out loud helps end the shame of addiction.
It was very nerve-wracking, but it was very empowering to be able to open up. Maybe I at least reached one person, and if that's just one person, then I feel like that I've done my job.
Anyone seeking help with addiction or knows someone in need of assistance can connect with the Barn by dialing 207-561-9444.
On Friday, students and teachers at Millbridge Elementary School wore red to show solidarity for their local Lobster men and women. Matthew Jaronczyk caught up with a person who had the idea.
I'm here at Millbridge Elementary School, where the children behind me are wearing red to support their local lobstermen and lobsterwomen. Students across the state of Maine wore red to show support for their local lobstermen and women who face unprecedented challenges in new regulations and a recent red listing by Monterey Bay Aquarium. Teacher and organizer Allison Wallace was overcome with how many students participated in the initiative.
I am very touched by the gesture that everybody has done. This hits home for me. This is part of my family. This is our heritage, and I want to protect it as much as all of the people that have worn red today.
Wallace said the idea was a way to give back to the local lobstermen and women.
Last Monday or Tuesday night, I was sitting down working at my desk at home, and I decided to email Mrs. Lissy, our principal here at Millbridge Elementary, and ask if our kids could wear red on a day of the week so that we could support our lobster fishermen and the lobster women of our community, because they've been so gracious to support our school over the years.
Once brought up, Millbridge Elementary Principal Carol Ann Lisi reached out to several districts in the area asking if they would participate. The idea was then brought up by a parent to the town before being shared on social media. While lobsterman Charles Kelly was thankful for the local support, he was blown away by the nationwide support.
It's a good feeling to see the support. What has surprised me is some of the outside support that we're getting. We had a family from Wisconsin send us $100 and said, just use this to further your cause as much as you can for the fishermen.
6th grade student Macy Brenton wore red to honor her family.
It feels like really good to be supporting the lobster fishermen because my father's a lobster fisherman. I just want to show that support to him.
Wallace says she's doing this not for the current lobstermen and women, but for those in the future.
For me, it's all about, like my shirt says, that I want to save lobster fishing for a future generation. I want to save it for my son, for the students that I teach, for them to have an opportunity to be out there.
Matthew Jaronczyk, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Winning car accident cases is what we do. Check out a few of our big wins.
I broke my leg, and they got me $205,000. What did the twos do for you?
I injured my back, and they got me $300,000. What did the twos do for you?
I broke multiple bones, and Lowry & Associates got me $700,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC 7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC 7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of C&K Variety, At Home FAB KBF, Coastal Auto Parts, Drinkwaters Variety and Ice Cream, Gateway Title of Maine, Grey Wolf Auto, Lincoln Color Center, and Remax Collaborative.
Need to unwind from a long day of work? Come experience life at Mad Cat & Company Bar and Grill in the North Brewer Shopping Plaza, where we serve delicious food, ice-cold beer, and unique cocktails. We have a fully stocked bar, American pub-style food, exemplary service, a fun atmosphere, and plenty of weekly entertainment. We now offer Sunday morning brunch, and stick around with the kiddos for Sunday afternoon kids karaoke and dance party. Our newly remodeled banquet room offers plenty of space for your next get-together. It's never a dull moment at Mad Cat's because we are the party.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine for more than 30 years with an extensive inventory, including mini track loaders with attachments, full-size track skid steer, track loader and backhoe, wheel loader with attachments, a 50-foot towable aerial lift, and a 45-foot self-propelled four-wheel drive lift. If you can't find it on our website, we can find it for you. Call for multi-day and weekend special rates.
Welcome back. Truridge Family Orchard was voted #1 Best Corn Maze by USA Today's 10 Best Readers' Choice Award. Located in Levant, the family farm home takes place in the first place award for the 5-acre design that depicts 2 characters from the children's book Winnie the Pooh. The maze and this award are a fruit of the community-wide effort, says Jonathan Kennerson, owner and operations director of Truridge's. He also says it was a collaborative effort and thanks the Truridge team and supporters for a shared honor. The farm will remain open Tuesdays through Sundays until October 30th. Now let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
All righty, happy Monday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home and Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, we had a small crowd advisory up until 10 a.m. this morning. That is getting dropped right now, and we have our eye on some rain showers that developed earlier this morning, tracking from the southwest to the north and east, with some heavy downpours too. And you maybe even notice some thunderstorms along the coast too that tracked off towards the north and east. But now a lot of this is starting to taper off now with the area of low pressure right about in here. Then will become partly cloudy this afternoon. Then this low pressure right here will give us a chance for a few showers again later on tonight and even into parts of tomorrow as well in a few areas. Let's talk about Hurricane Ian. I know a lot of people like to travel down towards south this time of the year. This is minute-by-minute satellite imagery over the past couple of hours. And look at all this convection right here. This pink just tells you this thing is really intensifying in a hurry, and that's not good news, so especially for areas near Florida. And I'm sure we got some people that do head down there. This thing is up to 75 miles per hour with the latest update. Moving to the northwest at 14 miles per hour with hurricane warnings. Over in the red right here, tropical storm warnings in the orange. But the areas that are highlighted but not filled in, that's hurricane watches right there in the red and tropical storm watches in the orange. So we'll have to watch this closely as it does develop with the latest right here, tracking towards the north and east. As a category 3 or 4 hurricane, this is going to be causing some problems for Florida. So if you're planning to go to Florida soon, I would hold off on that and reassess those plans, at least until after the storm gets out of here, as this could be causing some problems. It already is as people begin to prepare. Otherwise, though, gusty winds up to around 20 to 25 miles per hour. Possible today, backing off later on tonight, though. We'll still keep a little bit of the gusty winds going as we head towards tomorrow as well. Alrighty, though, with the latest wave heights, seeing wave heights still up to around 3 to 8 feet, which is why we've maintained those small craft advisories for a while this morning. Well, those will start to back off soon, which is good news to report. But our average high is 67 degrees, the lower 70s, making a return today, upper 60s for Tuesday. A gradual cool off by Thursday, then warming up again as we head towards your Sunday. Future counts moving forward, though. Again, a few showers that are developing from the southwest to the north and east, and some clouds as well. We'll keep a few showers going as we head towards Monday evening, though, before a little bit more tries to sneak in here later on. So otherwise, though, your forecast coming up for the rest of today, 70 degrees, those morning showers getting out of here, then becoming partly cloudy with that south wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 53 degrees, partly cloudy with a few showers developing, southeast wind at around 5 to 15 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. After showers move through tonight, we're dry Tuesday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 60s. A few showers on Wednesday with highs in the mid-60s. Lower 60s, a little cooler Thursday with a partly cloudy sky. And mostly sunny Friday, highs in the mid-60s.
Looks like it might be a good time to squeeze in a little corn maze activity, no matter where you choose to go. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.